Real Madrid, keep or sell? Who should we keep and who should we sell from the squad? Let's talk about it. Yes, guys, the time has come to do this again. Keep or sell Real Madrid edition. Who are we going to keep and who should we sell at the end of the season? There's a lot of names. I think a lot of things have changed now. And at this point, there's a lot of players. Honestly, there's a lot of players that we're going to put up for sale, at least, not officially, but in my opinion, right? Before we get into the video though, if you guys are not subscribed, man, do me a big favor, hit that subscribe button and hit that like button. I really do appreciate it. The more the merrier, of course. Let's start with goalkeepers right away, man. Let's not dilly dally, let's just go right into it. Goalkeepers, let's start with Lunin, right? Lunin, and honestly, this is a big decision because Lunin is a great goalkeeper, but of course, as long as Courtois is there, he is always going to be the second one, no doubt about it. But one thing about Courtois is that he is now injury prone. We have seen it this season. I don't even think he's 100% right now, actually. But that is Courtois now after his ACL injury prone. So I think we definitely should not sell Lunin. I mean, honestly, in today's market, you don't get a goalkeeper much better than Lunin. For those people who don't think Lunin is a good goalkeeper, you need to get your head out of your butt because he's a great goalkeeper. Obviously, he doesn't get the minutes, he doesn't get the consistency, but when he does show out, he's there. So I definitely think we keep Lunin. Courtois, of course, there's no reason to sell him, so we have to, of course, keep him. Moving on to the defenders, guys, this is where things get a little interesting. Now, Dani Carvajal is the first one. Of course, we're going to keep him, even though he is at the end of his era for Real Madrid. I think maybe one or maybe two seasons if we can stretch him out that much, but he's our captain. We got to keep him at least for one more season, right? Eder Militao, this is a tough one, of course. Eder Militao, very unfortunate. 2 ACL injuries, one on the left, one on the right, and he's young, man. He's young. Even with all that said, though, I think we do keep Eder Militao. I don't think he's the main starter. I think I don't know how he's going to come back. Usually players that come back from ACL injuries don't really come back at their full potential. Now, a player with 2 ACL injuries to each knee, it is tough. So definitely keep. I don't think as a starter, maybe as a definitely rotation player. Hopefully I'm wrong. Hopefully I'm entirely wrong and he just comes back better than ever. But, the studies show that it doesn't really happen. David Alaba is the first person that we are going to put for sale, guys. I think David Alaba, not only is he one of the most highest paid player in the squad, he has a big wage. But I think because David Alaba, he's already in that age where, he's up there in age, and we need to make space for youngsters, for newer center backs like Asensio. If Alaba is in the question, I don't think he's making way for Asensio and other signings possibly. I mean, there's Hoyland, whatever you want to call his name, Hoyson, the Spanish defender from, I believe it's where is he playing, Bournemouth. Definitely one that I wish to bring, but I don't think if David Alaba is still in the squad, we're not going to bring anybody. So hopefully he does depart. He gets big money from somewhere. We get the money in. We free up the wages from David Alaba's wage, and boom, we can strengthen our center backs. The next person in the list here, it is Lucas Vázquez. Lucas Vázquez, honestly, I'm just gonna say it has to be sold. I love him. Great Real Madrid player at heart. He loves the badge. He loves the team. It's just the abilities for Lucas Vázquez, I just don't think they're there. And next season, it's mostly guaranteed that we're going to have Trent in the squad, and it's going to be Trent and Carvajal. And hopefully, with a new manager in the squad, we might be trying into, tapping into our youth squad with Fortea in there, hopefully, if he's still there. But Lucas Vázquez definitely needs to be sold. Vallejo, we're not even going to talk about him. He has to be sold 100%. Like, this guy, he's just watching Real Madrid. He has a first-class seat to every game, man. We should be jealous of Vallejo because he has the best seat in the house, literally. Fran Garcia on the left back side. It's a little tough on the left back side because we don't have a lot of options. I don't think Fran Garcia is the man for that job, like for the future. You know what I mean? But honestly, like I said, we don't have a lot of options. Mendy, is there, but he's also not there. He's very injury prone. So our left back, I think we have no other choice but to keep unless we can bring somebody else in. But I don't see that happening, man. Unless we bring Miguel Gutierrez, then I'd be willing to sell, I think, Fran first and then Mendy. But as of now, I think we keep both of them until if something changes, then they get sold. But keep Fran and keep Mendy. And Rudiger, you got to keep. There's no other choice. You got to keep Rudiger. Of course, he is not the youngest lad out there, but he's one of our warriors out in the center back, man. Him and Asensio, I think, are going to be the best pairing that we can do. Hopefully, the next manager just continues that partnership. In the midfield, man, we have, holy shit, we have a lot of midfielders. Let me try to get through this quick, man. I'm trying to make this video fast. I don't want it to be 20 minutes. Let's go. Jude Bellingham. I'm not even going to say much about it. Of course, we're keeping Jude Bellingham. There's no reason to sell. Camavinga is one that I have seen a lot of people actually say, we should sell Camavinga. He's not the guy that we bought for this and that. I think, obviously, this hasn't been the best season for Camavinga. But then again, it really hasn't been the best season for anybody in the squad. Like, there's a few picks here and there. But the whole squad in general has been just playing poorly, man. Poorly with each other, most of all. And then it's not really Camavinga's fault that he's in the squad and he just kind of goes and does not get no tactics, doesn't get instructions of what to do. So hopefully, I think we give him, of course, a season or two with a new manager and see if he can raise up his potential, because this guy's potential is through the roof, man. So definitely we keep Camavinga. Of course, Valverde, my capitan, my favorite player in the squad, we keep until the end. Luka Modric, man, this is a player. This is an interesting one. So, of course, Luka Modric has given us everything in the world with this team. He's given his heart. He's given everything. But right now, correct me if I'm wrong. I mean, obviously, there's no right or wrong answer. It's all opinions, right? But I feel like right now, Luka Modric has to just let go of the team. Has to let go, man. He has to move on because he's stopping other players like Arda Güler. If we bring in, we can't bring on other center mids because Modric is still in the squad and he's a pretty decently paid player. So I think he needs to move on to make way for Arda Güler, to make way for more future center mids, more link-up play. Because obviously Modric is not the future of the team. He was the present, or he was the past, and he's still trying to be the present, but I think we have to move on, especially in the big games. You notice the difference of Modric not tracking back and the physical part of it. He's not there anymore. Of course, the quality is always going to be there, but I think this season, man, I think Modric should definitely either retire or just go to another league. Obviously, it could be MLS, it could be Saudi, anywhere, but I think he just needs to make way for other youngsters in the team. So Modric, I wish that he would leave. Hopefully we end the season decently with a Copa del Rey and La Liga, so he can leave in a good note, because if we just keep him on another season, I think there's going to be a lot of like hate. Some fans not hate, but just have a sour taste with Modric because he just didn't want to leave and he didn't give space. Nevertheless, we're moving on to the next player, Tchouaméni. He did not start the season great. Definitely give him that, but he has improved a lot towards the end of the season. Right now, I think he's one of our best players, consistent players in the team. We definitely miss out every time he does not play. So definitely keep Tchouaméni. Definitely, I'm excited to see what he can do with another better tactical manager. Let's just put it that way. Arda Güler, another player that obviously has not gotten the game time at all. So it's really hard to judge Arda Güler, right? You can't judge him for playing one game or playing a few minutes here and there, trying to show his best. It's a lot of pressure for a kid like that, man, to show his good, try to prove to the manager that he has to be the starter with one game or a few minutes. He's out there very nervous. Like it's impossible to judge him with the amount of appearances that he's been, doing. It would be different if he's gone out there 3 times in a row, 4 times in a row starter. Now we can judge him a little bit, but I think Arda Güler with a new manager, I think, would be interesting to see. So definitely, of course, we keep Arda Güler in that midfield. And then Dani Ceballos, man. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna be truthful here. I was not a big Dani Ceballos at all in the past. I just didn't like that he was he held the ball a lot more than he needed to. He just passed here and there. There was nothing really special about him. But this season, he totally just changed my mind. Why? Because we lost Toni Kroos and we needed a player like Ceballos to slow down the game, control it a little bit, distribute the passes, and we did not have none of that, man. Camavinga is just too energetic. He doesn't really know what to do in certain situations. And then we have Fede Valverde, which, of course, he tries his best, but he's not that type of player to hold up the play a little bit. So when Dani Ceballos started making those appearances, man, it just completely turned my thinking about him 24 degrees, whatever you want to call it, 360 degrees. I definitely think we keep Ceballos for another year just to help us out in that midfield. Now moving on to the forwards, man. Let's move on to the forwards. Whew, here we go, man. Let's start. I mean, let me see how many forwards we have. We don't have a lot of forwards, actually. We have Vinny, Mbappe, Rodrigo, Endrick, and Brahim. Let's start with the simple ones. Brahim, keep 100%. Love what this guy's doing. I don't like him starting the games. I think he does better off the bench. I might be wrong, but I just think every time he starts a game, he doesn't do as well as when he goes out from the bench, if that makes sense. So definitely keep him for another year or two. Let's see what he can do with another manager. Endrick, another player that I just wish he had more game time. I mean, he has shown it a lot when he does go out there in the Copa del Rey, especially. He has the quality. He just needs the game time, man. He just needs the consistency. Of course, his manager Ancelotti is not going to give him that, so it's very difficult for Endrick. But I think Endrick is one of those players that you give him the time, you give him the confidence, and this guy is, I mean, he's going to show you what he's got, man. It's so unfortunate because of the next players that I'm going to talk about that just don't allow him to do that, because the manager does not want to sacrifice any of the three. And of course, we're talking about Vinny, Mbappe, and Rodrigo. Now, there's two there that I think have a case of not getting substituted, but there's one in there he has just been a little bit ghosting. He's been very absent. He likes to show off one day and just goes on vacation for 3-4 games. And of course, we're talking about Rodrigo. But let me talk before Rodrigo. Let's get into Vinny. Do we sell Vinny? I mean, there's a lot of talk about Vinny going to Arabia. There's a lot of talk about Vinny leaving the club. Now, apparently, there's talk about Vinny going to jail for owning a club. Conflict of interest. Like, what is going on, man? But at the end of the day, it looks like today, actually, I just read that there is a higher possibility now that Vinny is going to extend for 2 years with Real Madrid, meaning that it's probably going to be Vinny and Mbappe as the two main targets in this team, which I don't mind at all. What I mind is that the three are up there not doing anything. They just bump into each other, and of course this has to do with formation and all that, so that's really not their fault. It's everyone's fault, let's just put it that way, right? But Vinny, of course, we're not going to sell him at all. I mean, if Arabia wants to give us 300 million, I don't see why Real Madrid will not take that, especially if Vinny shows interest in wanting to go. So of course we keep Mbappe. I mean, Florentino literally did everything he could to bring him. There's no way in hell they're going to let Mbappe go. So Mbappe will also stay. And now the player of question, Rodrigo. What to do with Rodrigo? Now, again, this guy has amazing performance one game, and then 3, 4, 5 games later, he just decides to ghost. He does a few little plays here and there, but at the end of the day, he's not that decisive player. He thinks he's up there with the quality of Mbappe and Vinny, but he's not tracking back. He's not. I just don't get it, man. I don't get how Ancelotti just does not see this and just lets him do it. He just lets the guys do what they want. If you see Endrick putting in the work, if you see Endrick scoring in the Copa del Rey in form, why is he not starting over Rodrigo? I mean, if anything, this might give Rodrigo more confidence, a boost in wanting to do better in the next games. But Rodrigo obviously says, well, I'm not getting substituted even though I'm playing like shit. I mean, I'm gonna keep this going. Why not? And that's exactly what's going on now. With everything that's going right now with the changes, the new manager, I think Rodrigo is going to be leaving the team. I think Rodrigo is not going to stay. He's not going to accept a secondary role off the bench. I don't think Rodrigo will accept it, because I think next season, I don't know what's going on with the midfield, but I just know that at center attacking mid is going to be Jude, striker Vinny, striker Mbappe. Just like the last season that we played, that is the formation we have to play, and I don't think Rodrigo fits into that formation unless Xabi Alonso can conjure something up. I don't think it works. So I think Rodrigo will be leaving Real Madrid next season. And for that reason, I do say sell, because we can get some money for Rodrigo from Man City, from PSG. I mean, I doubt PSG is going to happen, because PSG and Madrid are just zero. But that's my thoughts. Let me know in the comments, what do you guys think? Am I crazy? Do I make sense? I want to know your opinions, guys. And of course, drop a like in the video. Hit that subscribe button if you're not subscribed. We're all talk Real Madrid here. We talk Barcelona stuff. It is just all football, man. So if you guys are football lovers, stick around for that. And of course, until the end, a la Madrid.